So we have here today a king of the red carpet, a designer who is as famous as many of the actresses that he dresses. Roberto, your name is known throughout the world, but I don't know if everyone understands how you got your start in fashion. Let's start at the very beginning.
My God, I don't know how many hours of time I have because I have to start to speak about that. It's a long, it's a really long
Tell
story.
us about the denim. Tell us about the jeans
No,
wear.
I know that you prepare denim. Okay, denim, wonderful denim. Denim is something special. Denim. Every time that the people ask me, what you think that is new from that century in the last, in this part, and I say that unfortunately, I believe the most new, special things in the last 50 years is denim, is sneakers, that kind of things. Denim is very important for all of us. Denim, a special denim you can use in the evening with a special jacket, also with a high heel. You can use the same jeans the day after to go to be shopping, maybe in the supermarket, maybe to buy fruits. Because denim, you know what it means denim for me? For me, denim means freedom. And that is the reason that denim is very success in my life, in my fashion.
Denim is very prevalent today, but when you started out, it wasn't, no?
But okay, your first question, you have to say how you start. Denim, okay, it's true. Okay, I started in 1970. I didn't know anything about fashion. I started because I was a simple guy that tried to make a little bit money because I start to love car. I start to love car. I start to love to go fast. I start to have a lot of dreams, this kind of dreams, And the only thing that I was able to do is to design. And I start to design in T-shirt, in sweater. I start to, oh my God, the people start to love it. After they I start to learn how to make fast my work. I mean to print. And one of, if not to be too long, one of the most exciting idea was to paint on skin, on leather. And I start to take the most thin leather, the leather for gloves. And with this leather, I start to make a small blouson. I remember also that time I created also one bathing suit in leather just to make something special, something different. But anyway, slowly my success. In the 1970, I can tell you that I was one of the most successful designers in the world. And because the jeans, because I bought one little store in the port of Saint-Tropez. Why Saint-Tropez? Saint-Tropez was the capital of the night style. Saint-Tropez was the place from Playboy, and I can tell you that's funny. Maybe I am only designer in the world that, I love women. I'm sorry. I'm sorry because I know that I'm different, But anyway, I love women. That is the reason that my fashion, most of my time, I try to understand what every woman wants. Every woman loves to be sexual, to be, I don't know, to look different. And sometimes I say to every woman, I say, my God, I want to help you to be special. special. I want to help you to be beautiful. And sometimes I say, do you know, a special, wonderful, beautiful dress in one night can change your life. But it's true.
It is absolutely true.
But it's true. Because if you have I don't know, you know, because I know, you dress, I choose a dress, and after you're in your room, you're in the mirror, you see, you watch, how can be, like that. And in this moment, you feel that you're strong. You feel special. And in this moment, how you are in this moment, you will be in the night. You know, maybe you finish with your boyfriend 1 week before, and that night you need to show him. I like to make you to enjoy a little bit because, but that is the life, and that is the reason that my fashion is like that. My fashion is positive, positive, sexual and positive. Okay.
I don't think I need to be here at all right now. I think Roberto can be here by himself. I've never met anyone as quotable as Roberto Cavalli. If I did have to make a question, I guess I would wonder how you made the jump exactly from this jeans wear and the leather to these incredible red carpet gowns that are of an exquisite quality, couture level. How did that happen?
I told you it's too long. I can tell you, okay, it's true. In 1995, I got the idea to the jeans again. I remember the jeans. I wanted to make these jeans old. I started to make the jeans old by hand like that. After I print, and with a special, I don't know how to say in English, with a special paper that in Italian è carta vetrata, with the grass to make old. And this, my first jeans was very tight, very tight. And I was lucky to invent that jeans. I tell you why. Because it was 95. 95 it was the year, the most strong moment of boring fashion, minimalism and boring. I remember I was walking via Monte Napoleone, or maybe Rue Beau-Saint-Honoré in Paris, or maybe, all the stores look the same, beige, gray. And suddenly, with my jeans printed, that very tight with do you know, I don't want to speak that the best publicity is not, is also the page in magazine important, but the most important way to, the best publicity is to talk. When the people start to speak, when every woman starts to say, oh, my God, when I speak with a friend, say, my God, I discovered one pair of jeans that make my ass so beautiful. So beautiful. And that is the most fantastic things, do you know? And everybody starts to talk about the ass of Roberto Cavalli jeans. Anyway, from that jeans, after a few years, I started, I remember who was the first? Jennifer Lopez was the first. Jennifer, she started with my jeans. Jennifer, she started to tell me, Roberto, you have to prepare for me 2 or 3 outfits. One in the morning, another one long for the red carpet, another one short. Short because when I'm performing, I have to move, I have to dance, I have to be. And I start to, honestly, the music world start to love me more than the movie world.
Why?
It's long anyway, anytime. Why? Because the movie world, the movie, especially, the actress, in that time, 15 years ago, the actress to go to make the red carpet for the Oscar, they was more shy. They know that all the eyes was, they want to be more classic, more classic.
Not
Cavalli
sexy.
was not perfect for that kind of event. I know. I was perfect for the Grammys. I was perfect for these kind of things. Slowly, slowly. But it's changed. It's changing because also in the Oscar now, especially in the last 2 or 3 years, you can see many actors that try to be sexy as they are, and it's normal. But before was different. And it was this evolution. I would like really, that is the reason that I told you I need time, because if I should speak about the evolution of fashion. But the evolution of fashion, here we have, I have the queen of my planet, that is Franca Sozzani, that she's the queen of my planet of fashion. The queen is Franca Sozzani. She can speak one day, and you must, because could be so interesting that to know from her the evolution of fashion. But not just the evolution of fashion. If she came here in your city, in Dubai, that, I don't know, it's a special city. That is modernity. That city is the future. And it's the second here that Franca Sozzani bring here that fashion to show the young designer for charity event, everything together. My God, last night I saw everybody smiling. I saw everybody happy. I saw, but my eyes was quite often to the table near mine just to see that fantastic, smooth woman that's so, I don't know, positive, energetic, and that is positivity. And that is the queen that can one day to speak about fashion. I am here just to tell you about my fashion, and I am here also to make it to enjoy, because sometimes the fashion is a little bit boring. I don't want to be minimalistic in speaking as well.
You are not. Definitely not. Roberto, do you think that your fashion has a home here in Dubai, in the Middle Eastern market in general? I mean, you've got a very strong, sexy style. Does that work?
Yeah, I think so. I think so, because don't think that beautiful woman that the cover herself, or in black or in blue, the cover, I know that behind there is a special, wonderful dress, and that is the point. And and I feel to cover how the cover, for me, is very sensual as well.
Okay. Okay, back to Hollywood. No. Perfetto. Perfetto. No, I think that everyone is super interested about this incredible success you've had in Hollywood. I know I am.
But
Obviously,
me too,
Jennifer.
me too. Sometimes me too, because in some country, honestly, I don't sell so well. In some country, I don't have many stores. In some country, that's funny. But in that country, if I walk in the street, I can walk. They stop me every 2 seconds. One photo, one other. In country where, how they know me? Because I don't have stores, really. maybe because I'm funny.
Maybe. Who besides Jennifer Lopez was an early Roberto Cavalli fan?
I bet Jennifer was special. I tell you, okay, I can speak about many of them, but Jennifer was a little bit more in my heart, more than some else. I remember I met Jennifer the first time when she was the girlfriend with Puff Daddy. Really, this was many, many years ago. And I remember I was dinner, I tell you where, in New York, Cipriani downtown. I remember very well, because in the middle of the dinner started a big fight between Jennifer and Puffy. Puffy is a normal name that we call Puff Daddy between us. And suddenly she stand and she went to the door, went away. Puff Daddy, she was sitting. She went away alone, outside looking for the driver. And I said, my God, Jennifer Lopez, she's there in the middle of the street. I want so much to go there to help her. But I know that Puffy would be angry if I, in Italian we say, between husband and wife, don't put your finger, You understand? And anyway, from that moment, I started to feel very close to her. And she felt it. She felt it. I remember just a few days after, I went to see the rehearsals. Rehearsal of her, and I enjoyed so much because South American Latin woman,
Absolutely. That was absolutely in regola. Absolutely. After Jennifer, any Hollywood film actresses that you've been clipped?
I tell you, Jennifer. I tell
He
you,
loves Jennifer
Jennifer
Lopez.
was the only one that made. Was the only one that made my heart a little bit, because I remember one day, I tried to make myself a little bit courage, say, Jennifer, what you do tomorrow? Tomorrow evening, are you free for dinner? She was thinking for I don't know. She said, okay. My God. Between us, I didn't sleep that night. I didn't sleep. The day after, my telephone was ringing. It was Benny Medina. I cannot forget it. The agent. So Roberto, is true or not that tonight you? Yes, Benny. No, Roberto, please, don't do it. Say why? It's better not. It's okay, Benny. And suddenly, I have all my dreams.
Oh, Roberto, what goes into making a red carpet dress?
Another one was, for example, very nice, but without, just because I was admiring her, was Victoria Beckham.
Okay.
Victoria Beckham, fantastic, because Victoria Beckham a few years ago decided with the other 4 or 5 to start again to make the
Tour.
the Spice Girl. The Spice Girl. And she came to be Roberto with my other guy. We decided that you should make the dress. My God, was a big privilege. I remember that many other designers offer a lot of money they want the dress for me. And I enjoy very much. It was quite a long work, but I started to enjoy to follow them. I started to follow them in London, 10,000 people. In Paris, 20,000 people. And I remember in New York, in Madison Square Garden, I don't know, 40,000 people. I arrived before the show, of course, and when I came in the Madison Square, and the people recognized me and started to shout Cavalli, and everybody was standing. Oh my God, was one standing ovation. I enjoy very much. Anyway, suddenly they start. Vittoria come outside with the girl, and they start to say, thank you to everybody, thank you New York, because usually they start all the time like that. Hi, thank you Dubai, thank you New York, anyway, thank you New York. Say, okay, tonight I want to say thank you also to the guys that make our costume. No, I feel guilty to say. No, I don't have to say it. But anyway, that's all. I stop.
No, tell us what the dresses
No,
look
it was
like.
a little bit.
What did the
It was
costumes
nice.
look like?
And she said thank you to me. And it was a big thing.
What did those costumes look like? What did the dresses look like?
Oh my God! There was, the show was long. Every 10 minutes there was change, and it was a lot of work, as I told you, because you had to make for every image, every song, a different song, different, and every dress in 4 or 5 copy in case that was broken. Oh my God! But it was a big experience. I enjoy very much. I can tell you also the thing where I enjoy, you think that I enjoy less. That was one part I enjoy very much. Other actresses was many other, but that too are in my mind. Also, come si chiama la nostra amica? Ali Berry, for example, another person. Ali Berry, for me, she was a magnificent. Do you know? I cannot forget, for example, as I told you, when I start to see Mary J. Blige to sing for the first time, was just the beginning of her. I remember one dinner when I went with Lenny Kravitz for dinner, and I took Mary with me, and I introduced Mary to Lenny, and I said, Lenny, introduce you one girl that will have a nice future, Mary J. Blige. Just to tell you how long is my history. It's quite long, and sometimes I love to close my eyes to try to remember every second, every part, because it's beautiful, because everything is created for myself. Another emotion, oh, I'm sorry. I want to tell you, I have to finish, because if not, I become boring. Another big emotion, because you have to know. She tell me how you start. I started from a simple family from Florence. Honestly, we didn't have money also to send me to school. I didn't have so much school. I create everything with my hand, my art. That was, I was a Florentine boy that goes growing in the suburb of Florence. But I remember my mommy, she complained all the time, because also because I didn't feel to study. Maybe she was wishing that I could go to university. But anyway, 3-4 years ago, Oxford University in London invite me to make one lesson, to speak for a few hours, 2 or 3 hours, to all the students for Oxford University. And in the moment that I went in Oxford University, when the rector, how you call it, came to pick me up with the answers, after he showed me all the university. I remember we went to the library to make the photo, and I started to see the photo from important people that was invited to Oxford University. I remember the photo of American president, photo of Dalai Lama, and I started thinking, oh my God, in the future will be my photo there too, The small guy from the suburb of Florence. And I remember when I started the pitch in the big room, 2,000 students, that was so excited to make me question. And it was really an unbelievable moment. That, that a feeling. I'm happy about all the feelings that I was able to give to myself.
Do you ever get nervous in front of a celebrity?
A couple times. If
For
I
example?
tell you in front of who, you will be shocked. 2 persons.
Let's hear it.
2 times, maybe 3. I start from one that was Julia Roberts, because I was funny. I enjoyed so much the movie that Julia Roberts is a symbol of. Another one was Al Pacino. Al Pacino. Another one was Robert De Niro. No, what's that? Robert De Niro. Robert De Niro. I remember when Roberto, I would like to introduce you, Robert De Niro. I shake his hand, but I was really, you see.
We don't have any doubt that you charmed all 3 of them, Roberto. With the way you work with celebrities, is it a collaborative process, or do they pick items that are already existing in your line, or do you make things one of a kind?
Can be both. Because in the beginning, they was coming to look for me, because they, as I told you, they start to see my, and after, most of the time, especially in the beginning, I try to know them, because when I create one dress, most of the time, I need to know a little bit the character, to that kind of things. More or less, it's hard to answer to your question.
Do you have a full office in Los Angeles? A full office, a Roberto Cavalli
Yes,
office?
I have an office. I have a big store, and it's 1 floor is completely also my office. It's there that where usually I receive and I speak with them. Yeah, and I tell you, for me, which one I should not tell you, the most beautiful, really. I don't know, because one that I remember, but for the beauty, but she was also sweet, is Charlize Theron, for example. I love to tell you names, because I cannot forget, as I told you before, when I was speaking in the Oxford University, and I make the second part, all the students to make me question. But all the question was about stars. Also, if I was in the Oxford University, I don't know, the word but they don't know, because every student love to know what there is behind the fashion. You understand? Absolutely. What is behind the fashion? Because what you know about fashion there is the fashion show, is the runaway. But how is behind the way fashion? Oh my God, it's so interesting. I would like to invite all of you, for example, to see one of my show before the show. The makeup, their dresser. Oh, it's so interesting. So it's interesting for me that oh my God, I'm used. But it's very. I would like to know from you some question now, because I spoke a lot. I feel.
Let's open up the floor to questions. Who has a question for Roberto Cavalli?
Bye. Okay.
Hello.
He's ready.
I'm asking you the question here. Hello, I'm here. How are you?
I hope to understand you.
My question, hello. Okay. How are you?
I'm fine.
Oh, thank you.
Tell me.
So I would like to ask you, what is your definition of a perfect woman?
A definition of perfect, I tell you, first I don't like the perfect woman.
Oh, okay, good.
Every woman never should be perfect because, if one woman is perfect, it's boring. I believe that a woman should show her personality. The small details. Sometimes I love to see, maybe to criticize, say, but,
The flaws work.
to say perfect woman, I tell you what I like about the woman. I like sometimes how they move the eyes. Of course, the eyes speak, especially here in your country. The eyes are the most important things because sometimes I can see a woman very covered, but I saw yesterday, I believe. I remember I was speaking with Sandra, my girl. Look at the beauty of such eyes. But the eyes are, okay, the perfect woman, how she looked, for me, is one sign of perfection.
Next question.
Hello. How?
Next question.
How do you feel when people copy your work?
But I tell you, when they take the idea, when they copy me a little bit, I like mean that what I was doing was in the right direction. I don't like when they make exactly. When I see, too many people, they make exactly. And most of the time, they make also the label. In this case, it makes me nervous. But if not...
Next question.
Hello. I would like to ask you your point of view on the relation between sexiness and vulgarity. Like a lot of women want to be very sexy, but maybe you have an advice or just I would like to know what is the limit or how a woman can know that she's sexy but not vulgar. I don't know, I find it...
Oh my God. I think that you read about me because I speak a lot about that. The difference between vulgar and sexy. And the line most of the time is very thin, very thin. I tell you, especially in the beginning of my success, 10, 15 years ago, my fashion was very sexy. I try not to use anymore this word. I start to use the word sexual because it was a little bit more soft. But to be vulgar, the problem is the dress. To be vulgar is the problem of the woman that, come si dice? How she wears the dress. That is the problem. Most of the time, really, I see my dress wears in the wrong way. I would like to in some party. But I go there, I take off my dress. That is mine. Don't wear like that. Really, because, the designer love what they do. It's your work. It's such a thing. I show in the runway in different way. I don't know if it's very open. Sometimes I don't like to have a very high heel because I would like to make more free. I like flat shoes. And when I see this dress with not just with the high, but with the very high boots, there is a lot of difference. A lot of difference from how we show, how it is. How should be. Come si dice? Giusto?
Next question.
Okay, like since you've been in this fashion industry for such a long time, how does your point of view like change and mature? Because like I find you one of my biggest inspirations.
Yeah, that is very difficult, honestly. No, really. Especially now, it's very difficult. To create one collection for one designer, especially for one designer, very, very fantasy, like me, to look every season, new fantasy, new idea, new color. It's very hard. It's very hard because sometimes I say, my God, how lucky they are the designers that are more minimalist because they don't change so much. I have to change a lot because you expect from me new ideas.
Can I ask you something else? Like, like, do you consider women, like the beauty of women, like your inspiration? Like Kim Kardashian, for example?
Please don't tell me name like that. I adore Kim because she has a fantastic personality, but there's something else. What can I tell you? No, she's not my inspiration. But she's not my inspiration, that kind of woman.
Who's like your muse, like now? Who's your muse?
My muse?
Your muse, yeah.
My muses are the women that I admire, because the women that I admire give me inspiration. Franca Sozzani, for example.
One last question. What advice do you give to the beginners in fashion, like in the future?
No. You know, you make me questions that I answer usually 1,000 times. 1,000 times I repeat the same things to be different. But the problem sometimes is to the young stylists is not belong to them, but belong to school where they study. Because I know, because I go in school in Italy, in America, in Milano to speak, to see. I think the schools are too much classic. What I suggest sometimes is to be a little bit different, to try to be different, to risk. I say to risk because to show something. But for example, they showed it 2 days ago from young designer. I like it because first because the new cut is hard to tell you because when you say something new, in my case, something new is a design, of course, because when I create one dress, it's like to paint for me, colors, combination, the animal print, where I put the animal print. But the change, and maybe it's the most difficult change, is a new cut, a new way that you show one skirt, like that, two material, one on the other one. For example, I tell you that I don't like the minimalism. I don't mind the minimalism in fashion because it's boring. But in 1980, between 1980 and 1990, the fashion changed. And suddenly it was the moment of the, Franca Sozzani, she can explain you much better than me, it was the moment of the Japanese design. Japanese. Oh my God. I remember the time in Paris, I started born in Paris, that new fashion influence. I remember Place de la Victoire, they started to have store. But that fashion was fantastic. Opposite from my fashion. Completely black, completely gray, completely brown. Mean that was not minimalism. That was one fashion made from people that was, for me, they was like architect of fashion. Architect, the fantastic architect. You understand?
Absolutely. We have time for one more question for Roberto Cavalli. Who's got it? Okay.
Mr. Cavalli, you created one of the first vodkas which is made in Italy. Where you got that idea from? Oh, okay. Here. Oh, yeah, here. Can I sit down? Yeah. One more. Hello?
Hi, no kiss.
No, okay. Okay, one question. You created one of the first vodkas which is made in Italy. Where you got that idea from to create such a great product? The vodka, liquor vodka. The Cavalli vodka. You don't know that?
Very good. I don't drink vodka, but it's nice.
Roberto, why don't you take this opportunity to talk about some of the other things you've done, not just
Hello?
vodka. There you go. Not just vodka, but in general, all the product extensions you've done.
No, Cavalli vodka, that is something nice that you say. I remember, it's one evolution in my life because I have I have 5 children. 5. I have 5 children. My first one, because I'm a countryman, you don't know this part of me. I think that until, many years ago, I was a #1 in Italy. Believe me, no fashion. Everybody know me about horses. For me, racing horses. For me, it was enough to watch one horse race to tell you that will be a champion or not. So this is the part that nobody know about me. I'm like a country, like a cowboy. Really, I love. That is something that, and I start to make wine, fantastic wine. I remember I put on the stable, on the saddle, my son, Tommaso, he was 7 years old. I put the first time to race with me. It was magnificent. And when my son, Tommaso, when he finished school, he said, Daddy, I don't want to come to work with you. I don't want anything about fashion. I want to breed horses. And I start to live in the country to breed horses. Why I tell you this kind of things about the vodka? And he started to make the wine after the wine horses. And one day, I don't know why, somebody offered to him to make the vodka. And he came to me, Daddy, what do you think? Bah, I don't know anything about vodka. Also, I don't like strong alcohol. But if you want, I can design for you a beautiful bottle. That is the reason. I believe that the bottle of my vodka is very beautiful. And I enjoy. I remember that time I came out with my first perfume. I took my first perfume. I make that bottle bigger, it became the bottle of my vodka. And that is the reason I think it's a success, because from that bottles, in the beginning, I start to teach to the young how to use this bottle also to decorate one house, because from this bottle, if you make something special at the top, one light in the back. It's wonderful. Nice decoration for one studio, for one student. That, use one bottle. After that, you drink the vodka. You can use the bottles. You understand what I'm saying? Okay.
Thank you very much.
Ciao. Bye.